It's another warm summer day here in Montana, and today I wanted to show you guys realistically how long it would take if you hand churn butter. It's much, much longer than what most people think. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Cece. My husband Kirk and I homestead in the big, beautiful state of Montana. And normally when I do butter, I just throw it in my KitchenAid and it works really, really good. But I was gifted a hand churn, and I like to use it every now and then just to kind of keep my arm muscles a little stronger and just to keep myself a little bit familiar with it. When I do butter in the mixer, it takes me about 5 to 10 minutes. But if I do it in the hand crank, it can take an hour to an hour and a half. So today I've got 3 small pint jars here. I've set them out so they're not ice cold. Sometimes when you want to churn butter, it works a little bit if it's not quite as cold. The only exception to that is the blender, because the blender actually kind of makes it warm up a little. So I'm going to go ahead and take all 3 of these and pour them into my butter churn. If you're feeling really ambitious, you could just take these and just shake them until they turn to butter. That is one way I have not tried yet. Okay, and then you literally just crank this. So it is like 4:08 right now. And I'll crank it for about 10 minutes and then I'll come back and show you guys. I may end up taking a break for a little while and popping it in the refrigerator, just because by 5 o'clock I'm gonna need to start supper, and if this is not churned to butter yet, I may very well need to take a break. So I'm gonna go find something to do as I sit down and just crank it. It's kind of fun to do every now and then, but it does take much, much, much longer than anybody thinks. So here we go. Okay, it has been 10 minutes. It's still just pure cream. Hasn't gotten to the whipped cream stage yet at all. It's still you can go forward or backwards. If you have a lot of kids, this might be a decent option. But yeah, we're 10 minutes in and it's still just, there's no thickness to it yet at all. So I'll keep going for a while and I'll show you guys kind of when it gets to the whipped cream stage. Okay, I've been spinning this for about 45 minutes and my shoulder and arm are about done in. It is getting frothy. I think if I had the energy in me, I could probably get it to the whipped cream stage here pretty quick. Once it hits that whipped cream stage, it goes pretty quick after that. And I think I'm almost to the whipped cream stage. But it's getting kind of old and sore. So I'm gonna give myself a break. I might end up just going and putting this in the refrigerator and giving myself a good, half-hour break, and then I might try it again. Okay, so when I put this in the refrigerator last evening, I never got it back out again till this morning. So one of the kiddos was churning it, playing with it here for the last 5-10 minutes. So I'm gonna sit down and try to get this finished up. Sometimes this is where my stubbornness really comes into play, because I could absolutely take this out and put it in the mixer and it would be done really, really fast. And I'm a little busy today, so probably that's really what I should do for time-wise. But sometimes I'm just too stubborn that when I start a project, I want to finish it. And so that's what I'm gonna do. Once it starts getting a lot thicker, I'll pull you guys in a lot closer so you can see. Right now, it still just looks like, thick cream, but it's quite a bit colder, so I'll give it a whirl for a while and see what happens. It's getting very close to that whipped cream stage, which means I'm getting there. So I've been doing it for probably 10 solid minutes. My arm and shoulder are just really starting to hurt, but I'm getting closer. I can tell because I have to hold on to this or go like this because it is definitely getting thicker and it wants to kind of bounce around the table a little. Oftentimes I have liquid coming out up here, but this time I didn't make it as full. This was 1.5 quarts max. And I would recommend only doing about 1 quart of liquid. 2 quarts is definitely way too much. You'll have water, you'll have liquid running out of here like crazy when you're getting to this stage because it, you can see how much it gets up to the top. Okay, I am almost to the 45-minute mark and I had to take a 5-minute break because my arm is just killing me. I feel like we are getting really, really close. A lot of times you'll kind of start seeing air bubbles and stuff like that coming up from the bottom, and just the way that it feels a lot thicker, like I think we're close. But if this doesn't like churn to butter in the next 20 minutes, I think I'm gonna give it up and just put it in the blender, because every now and then I have had cream probably that got too old in the fridge, and this cream has been sitting in the fridge for several days, that I cannot get it to churn to butter, even in the blender or in the mixer. So if this does not churn here pretty soon, I'm gonna either have to throw it in the blender or the mixer and see if it'll actually churn for me, because my arm is about shot. That's the hardest part about doing this. I'm sure if I would do it regularly, your arm muscles would get used to it, but this is getting kind of ridiculous. All right, I took a break for a little while, came back to try to spin it, and I am still just, my arm is completely shot. So I'm gonna stick it in the mixer and see what happens. Oh, it's so foamy. Okay, maybe I'll keep going. It's really foamy. It's coming. We're almost there. I almost gave up right at the turning point. So now I'll need to strain it and then rinse and salt the butter. But oh my goodness, you guys, I am beat. That was a lot of work, but it turned. It happened. Okay, here we are. It's not a lot of butter for 3 pints. Is it worth it? I guess it depends on how much time you have, how much help you have, and how important is it to you to know how to do these things if you would ever lose power. I've done it a few times, and there's enough time goes between the last time I churned butter by hand that I kind of forgot how much work it is, and so every now and then I'm like, hey, I want to do it again, and without fail, about halfway through I go, this is why I don't do this regularly. If I had to do it regularly, I'm sure my muscles would get used to it, but it is a lot of work. I do it every now and then just because sometimes I think it's fun, and I want to have an opportunity to have things in my kitchen that I can still make food even if the power would go out. So I'll be doing it in the mixer for quite a while again, because 2+ hours is a little much. So anyways, hope that gave you a very realistic idea of how long it takes you to hand churn butter. And And until next week, have a great one.